next up, we have got, this is a Thomas, and his name is, this is Thomas Train. His name is Diesel 10. He's got this bucket here called Pinchy, and I never had a Thomas engine in here ever, but what we have to fix is the fact that it just comes apart like that. And so this is out of school, and a lot of kids play with it, and it uses a C-cell battery, and it's got an on-off switch up here. So what I want to do is I want to fix this in a way where you can still change the battery relatively easy, but I also want it to stay together without kids taking it apart all the time. So looking this over, so apparently there were tabs here is what I'm guessing, and they probably fit down in here, and on the bottom you'd pinch them and you could take the top off and change the battery. Well, I'm guessing it happened one too many times because those tabs are gone. So I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to take a number 256 screw that's 3/8 of an inch long, and I think we are going to put a piece of thick styrene right here, and then I'm going to drill it and tap it so that it can be screwed in. But then anybody with a little Phillips screwdriver, a teacher or someone who wants to change the battery, can undo it with the screwdriver and put the battery in and then put the screw back in. So let's go ahead and do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to try this super weld. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take my scribing pencil. I want to just make some lines like that, and I want to do it on here. Not too many, just a few scratches. That ought to do the trick. Okay, now I'm going to take some of this. Let's get out some tweezers. Let's take this stuff here, and let's go ahead and get a little bit. We better get out our gluing paper here. All right, let's test our glue right here. See if we can get it to flow. Yep, there it comes. One thing I don't care too much about bottles like this is they take a little bit of pressure to get the glue to flow, and then you have to hold the pressure to keep the glue all the way up here. And put this gel on here. I don't need a lot of it. That's like more than what we need, but it'll be fine. Okay, now we'll take our little piece here, just a little piece of scrap styrene, and we'll just fit them right there, and then we will just press them into place. Okay, and now with this stuff, I think I'm gonna have to give it a few minutes to set up. I'm gonna take over the air compressor, blow off the excess, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, do I think it's gonna hold? Yeah, it's gonna hold. It is on there pretty good. So that ought to do the trick right there. Now, one thing you would have to be careful with on this is making the screw way too tight. Okay, so the spot we want to go is going to be just like kind of right there where this grill is. It's too bad we have to put it right there, but that's where we got to put it. So what we need is a chisel that does not have glue on it. So let's clean our chisel off here. And hopefully he's still sharp enough. Let's see. So now what I want to do in the shell is I want to make a flat spot right there. And let's see if I can carefully. So what you do, put the bevel side down, and if this thing is sharp enough, yep, that middle piece there is going to just get flattened a little bit. Won't be gone, but our screw is going there. Okay, good enough. Now, let's see if we can figure out exactly where to put it. You gotta get that. You gotta get the on-off switch in there. Okay. Okay, now where do I think? I think it's gonna be right in the middle. Okay. So let's get the rubber jaws out here. All right, now use rubber jaws on this so we don't wreck it. Let's get you up here so you can see. Okay. Close enough? All right. So now I'm going to make a mark with my scribing pencil right in the middle. Just a little one. Close enough. And because it's a delicate piece, let's find ourselves a little blade. Make that mark just a little bit bigger. Pretty good. We gotta go just a tiny bit bigger. So we get one side of them. I'm gonna clean off all these blades. I used too many of them for gluing stuff recently. I'm gonna clean them all off. What we're doing here is we're making a mark for our drill bit for this. All right, I think we got it. Now we're going to take this drill bit that I use for 256s, and it should not slip out of the hole, and it is going to give us a hole here. Be real gentle with this. This is a kid's toy. We want it to be nice and clean. Getting close. Now this is the pilot hole, so I got to get it so that this hole is bigger than a 256, but not too big, and that means I got to use a number 43 drill bit when I get through. Oh, yeah, nice and clean. If we do this right, I think a lot of people, unless you know Thomas stuff really good, there'll be a lot of people who won't know that this doesn't belong here. That's pretty thick. I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to use a power tool on this because it'll melt it. There we go. Okay, now we need that clearance. Now if you got the set 246 tap and drill set, in here is a number 43 drill bit, which looks like this. We we need is a holder for it. That's going to be the tricky part. We got a holder that's big enough for this. I think we're going to have to get a holder from the screwdriver, which is exactly what we're going to do. Is I'm going to take the cordless and I'm going to load this bit in here. Okay, don't need to use cordless. This should work just like we did before. Very carefully. And there it is. Okay, let's check it. We get a pilot hole. Beauty. That's pretty nice. Okay, next step. Put it together. Okay. This is the rear. So let's see if we can get the grandma on here. Don't want to break nothing, and I don't want to bend it out of place. See if we can get this. Okay. Okay. Now we got to drill another hole again using this one. This time that hole's going to go through that block we put in there. And for this one, all I got to do is start it. And if I've got a mark here now, which I do, this one, I think I'm going to use, I think I'll just use the cordless. I do not want to spend all day drilling that hole right there. So let's use the cordless. This one is on the inside, so I'm not worried about wrecking the detail of the thing. See, we even left enough of the that centerpiece between the grill there. All right, now let's go ahead. If we tighten this, maybe it won't slip. All right, now, can we do it? Yep, we can. I'm going to go all the way through. There we go. We're all the way through. Now what we got to do, oh yeah, there's still another step. Now we got to take our 256 tap. And we're going to tap this hole. That means it's going to have threads in it. The way you do these is you go back and forth like this. You go back and forth. Take them out sometimes. Let's get our brush out here. Don't just try to power through it. Go back and forth. It'll cut nicer threads. Oh, I already see the other end coming through. Yeah. I think we got a winner. All right. If we did this right, if that worked, my hope is that this is going to, what I'm trying to accomplish here is when I have this on here. Okay. If this is seated down in here, and now I put this screw in, and the nice thing about this is because we have a pilot hole out here, we can just drop it in there and it'll stay while we pick up our screwdriver and we screw it in place. And yeah, it goes in just right. It gets right to the end and it's just perfect. Now, you know, it would be possible to bust it, but it ain't going to come off anymore. Some kid's probably going to come along and pull this and bust it, but as it is, you can change the battery now. And Mr. Diesel 10 here, back in business.